What's up, guys? Hey, MX Sports, guess what? They've done it again. Their cheapness has put riders in danger, and it straight up pisses me off. Before I get into that, remember, subscribe, check out my sponsors. You guys know Coach Rob. He's got a podcast on vet racing and also how to navigate amateur motocross. Epic Garage Designs, get some slat wall, ride strapped. Sending my best to Chris and his family. They had an emergency. And also Precision Transport. Ship anything using a truck, use those guys.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Let me break down the incident at Paula. So you've got, well, what they're calling the world's best outdoor riders, SMX riders. Arguably, I know there's MXGP and stuff. But anyway, we got America's best riders out there on the track. And what press day is for is to kind of build up the hype. Let people know, hey, this is what's coming. Go buy tickets. Don't forget it's Saturday. It's for the promoter. It's not necessarily for the riders. Yes, they like it. They get to go burn some laps. And it's an extra practice session. And that's what those guys always turn it into because let's be real, they're racers. They get their money from racing the teams. I did a video last year about flaggers and how ill-prepared they are and how MX Sports invests nothing into their flaggers. They get volunteers. They have a couple guys that go to each round and recruit people that don't know what they're doing to go out there and stand on the side of the track with the world's best racers. You can say what you want about Feld, but at least they pay their flaggers $200 a day. MX Sports gives them a ticket and free lunch. It's disgusting with the amount of money that's coming in that they can't do this. Let me just break this down for you guys. Jet Lawrence, Hayden Deegan, all these guys, Chase Sexton, they are $1 million investments from manufacturers, from gear companies, from all the people around them. And these guys at MX Sports won't pop, let's say $200 a flagger, let's put 20 flaggers out there, $4,000. You can't pop for $4,000 when these guys are putting millions into your series where you're collecting tickets and the purse is peanuts. It's not barely double the entry fee, which is ridiculous at a professional race. So where does all that money go, you ask? MX Sports. They charge these tracks a significant amount. They charge these tracks $7,000 for them to put up the banners that make it look cool. They charge the track that. It's ridiculous. It's to the point where Glenn Helen told them to pound sand. We're not having a race if you're going to take all the money. What MX Sports sells these tracks on is, hey, now you're an official national track, and hopefully you can recoup it for the rest of the season or the rest of the year because you're officially a track, and they give him the clout. And that's nice, but it's not as much as it should be for these tracks. But that's not my issue today. My issue today is MX Sports completely just putting riders at risk multiple times. RJ Hampshire took a wooden stake that almost killed him. Josh Gilbert, the guy that came over from Europe, hit his head on like a fence bar and a banner that was held up with like fencing. It was really close to the track. They don't care, but they want to get that sponsor money. MX Sports does. Let me recap what happened to Garrett Marchbanks. He's out there on press day selling tickets, probably using it as a test session, comes over a blind jump, and there's 3 bikes stacked up. Not 1, not 2, 3. It took 3 bikes before people finally noticed. And turns out there was a flagger, probably a volunteer, probably somebody who just said, hey, I'll go out and flag. They don't know what they're doing. It's not their fault. This is MX Sports for not ponying up. They're so cheap. They want all that money. It's this Davey Coombs and his cheapness that's putting millions and millions of dollars at risk to save a little bit on flaggers. So Garrett lands on these 3 bikes, tears up his thumb to the point where we don't know when he's coming back. This could be bad. We know how thumb injuries are. They're gnarly. And he's a guy that I was really excited to see how he did on that 450. But at the same time, we also had Jet Lawrence out there and Hayden Deegan and these guys who are huge to the series. They are marquee guys. If you lose Jet, if you lose Deegan, they sell far less tickets. It would cost MX Sports way more than what they would spend on flaggers for the entire year if they actually paid for decent flaggers. Why is it that these teams are investing? MX Sports calls the teams their partners. That's a shit partner. So if I'm spending millions of dollars to promote my bike and pay for my rider to be out there, you can't pay for flaggers? Seriously, that's the argument I'm having right now. Flaggers. And Unfortunately, Club MX puts a lot of money in getting their riders there. They are not a big budget team. They don't have a ton of resources. So when they pay to get Garrett Marchbanks out there, they allot that budget, they allot that travel. It's thousands and thousands of dollars. What that team will probably lose because Garrett's not out there could probably pay for the flaggers. But yet, yeah, MX Sports, you're still too cheap. And today, I'm not even arguing about the laughable purse or the fact that people pay to go race these races. It's the fact that these guys pay to go race and they can't even get a safe track with trained flaggers and rebar, not just off the track. There's so many things that are ridiculous. MX Sports, might I add, this is the same organization who employed a registered sex offender at an amateur national. Yeah, these are all things that MX Sports has done, yet they're still worshipped as like the saviors of the sport. Guess what? Step aside, MX Sports. Somebody else will pick up this series. The manufacturers just need somewhere to race. MX Sports is not as important as they would like you to think. Trust me, as soon as MX Sports said we're out, somebody else would pick up the mantle. I wish they would, and I wish they would cut with this dirty stranglehold they have on this sport and let somebody who loves the sport take over. Stop it. Davey, take your piles of money, go retire, go to wherever you got to go, but just quit ruining the sport that I love so much. All right, guys, that's my rant about MX Sports. It's just one thing after another with these idiots. I don't understand why the manufacturers can't see the things that I can see. Hopefully, like I said, if this was Jet or Deegan, maybe that's what it's going to take. It's going to take something like that to one of the marquee names before people are going to take notice. Not to say Garrett isn't a marquee name, but he's not the guy that sells tickets. Right now, Jet and Danger Boy sell your tickets. All right, that's it for the rant. Now I just want to talk a little bit about the gambling odds. So when I did the gambling show the other day, I didn't have the 450 matchups. They posted those afterwards. And there's some bets on there I really like. Jet to beat the field at minus 200. I'm betting Jet. I think that's almost a lock. Like minus 200, that means $1 to win 50 cents. Yeah, I'm going to put $10 on him to win 5. No problem. Hunter Lawrence at minus 165 to beat Aaron Plessinger at Paula. Yeah, I'll take that every day of the week. Chase Sexton and Dylan Ferrandis. Yes, I know Dylan likes that Honda, but I don't expect him to beat Chase Sexton. I expect Chase Sexton to be second. So there's another easy bet for me. Now, this one I was a little iffy on. Hunter Lawrence versus Jason Anderson. That's kind of a pick 'em. I like Hunter Lawrence. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm gonna hold off on that one. I'll probably ease off on the action on that one. But if you guys want to bet on these races, I've got a link in the description, and just create your account. If you add money, you can use any sort of a bank or credit card. Just beware. A lot of times they'll ask you for second verification because it is offshore. If you use Bitcoin or crypto, it's immediate, no problems, or PayPal, any of those things is immediate. But if you use your bank, which is no problem, they just will ask you for a second verification because it is an offshore charge. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for the details. Thanks, guys, and I hope MX Sports gets it together because these riders put on an amazing show. Outdoor Nationals is a spectacle that like none other. To see that many dudes hauling ass, grinding for 30 minutes plus 2 laps twice within 4 hours, that's badass. I mean, they do a moto, then they wait an hour, then they do another moto, and that's each class. And it's nonstop action for 4 hours, and I love it. Hopefully MX Sports doesn't kill this thing or hurt one of our stars. My best goes out to Garrett Marchbanks. Hopefully he heals up fast, but man, what a heartbreaker. All right, guys, later.